I'm sure you're all too familiar about the political aspects of this year's election cycle, such as debates, policies, and candidates. But how much do you know about the economic side of the presidential election? An article posted in September of 2024 from Marketplace News highlights how election spending has a significant impact on our economy, shedding light on one crucial topic. What happens to the thousands of temporary election workers once the votes are cast? First, let's look at the 2020 election. That year, election spending reached an astounding $14.4 billion. Just alone, $268 million were spent on ads for then President Trump. This massive influx of spending doesn't just influence campaigns, it has tangible effects on our economy. Let's discuss employment. Elections boost job creation significantly. Temporary election workers are hired largely to manage polling places, count votes, and ensure everything goes smoothly and fairly on election day. More jobs obviously means a better economy, at least in the short term. This increase in employment during the election cycle contributes to GDP growth and helps push the business cycle upwards. However, there is a catch. The jobs that are created are temporary. Once the election is over, we often see these workers left without employment, causing a sharp drop in job availability and economic activity. We see a spike of employment leading up to the election, but then many find themselves back in the sidelines shortly after the election. Using PESTLE, we can see how election spending influences various dimensions of our society. Politically, it obviously shapes the landscape of our governance. Economically, it can provide a slight boost, but then a sharp decline in GDP. And socially, it can affect community engagement and participation. But here's where I believe that we can improve. Instead of hiring temporary workers for just a short few months, what if political parties kept these individuals on for 4 years or maybe even more, supporting them through the entire election cycle? This approach can create long-term employment opportunities, helping stabilize the job market and smoothing out the peaks and valleys of the business cycle. Imagine a system where the workforce can remain engaged, skilled, and ready for action beyond just the election season. This can lead to better trained workers who contribute to the economy in more sustainable ways. So I propose that the U.S. reevaluates how we approach election employment. Let's learn from other sectors that prioritize full-time roles over part-time roles. By doing so, we can create a more resilient workforce that supports economic stability year-round, not just during election cycles. In conclusion, as we approach the final days of this year's election, let's think beyond the polls and consider the economic impact of our election. We should advocate for a system that benefits for not only our democracy, but also for our economy. Thank you.